Yay Networks.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Spill the Beans episode.
As you can tell, we have some very special guests today. We have the Cruda Realidad podcast in the house.
And Lily BAE.
And Lily BAE.
And Lily and the fam.
And Lily and the fam. We will have
No
all of
fam.
their social media links.
And Guaris.
And
Guaris
Guaris.
brand.
And Party
the
Plug.
Party Plug.
What else?
Period.
What else? There's one more.
Everything, all their information is
no,
in the
that's it,
description box. You better go follow every single thing.
We're here, though.
We're here, guys, and we're actually celebrating 4 years of friendship.
Yes.
Isn't that insane? We met them at 2020, pre-COVID, right before everything shut down.
Yeah.
We met for the first time.
That's
and
crazy that it's been 4 years.
Literally.
And she was the only YouTuber we have ever met, right? Like
Yeah,
before
at the
that?
yep.
At the time?
the
Yeah.
first YouTuber you guys met. Isn't that insane?
That's crazy.
I was super nervous to meet her, and then I find out she was super
Girl,
nervous.
I was
and I'm like,
stressing. I had gas going up or going to where we're going to Casa Blanca Bonita.
Yeah.
I had never even been there. I was like, what in the world? But I don't know. I'm very
worked
happy that we have
yeah, same.
4 years of friendships and down our belts.
And
In our belts.
honestly, you guys, it is friendship. Well, obviously, I don't text Blanca randomly, right? But I text Jonathan randomly and call him randomly. And sometimes when I got a little extra 5 minutes, I hit him up and bam, we talk for an hour.
So funny. I would just see Jonathan get up and leave. And I'm like, what are you doing? I was just on the phone with Mando. Like, period. Period, King.
Is it a thing that guys talk on the phone
I think
more now?
so.
Or what?
I think so because I was like, I have never in my life been like, oh, I'm going to call.
Or sometimes I'll go to the
me
gym
neither.
and she'll be like, you were at the gym for 2 hours. I was like, no, it's because Mando called me. So one of those hours was on the phone and another one was at gym.
Yeah, Mando's on the phone all the time.
I am.
Or with you, or with Jorge,
Yeah.
or with Supersonic,
Yeah.
or with who else?
I think that's it. My brother, my cousin.
Yeah, all the time.
Not all the time, babe. No chingas.
Y lo de Mando es que he'll call, también se levanta así, but he'll start walking.
Oh, yeah.
Mando's
yeah.
a walker when he's on the phone. So we'll be at the warehouse or somewhere, and I'll be like, babe, I'll walk outside, babe, where are you? You know, I'll be at home, and I'll be like yelling for him, can't
Well,
find him.
there's a reason behind that, baby. I don't know if you know it. The reason that I walk around talking, it comes from my childhood, right? So I come from a very, very poor house. Like it was a trailer, right? And the trailer was a metal roof. So there was no signal going into the house. So all of us would have to literally get up no matter what time it was. If you wanted to get on a phone call, you had to go outside. So no one just, I mean, I don't. No one just sits there. You know, I literally just go walk around. Next thing you know, I'm like 2 streets down.
Yeah,
And by the
I
time,
swear, Blanca.
What?
and
I swear.
now at the house, like I literally just get up. I can't sit down and talk. And I don't know what is it. I don't like people listening to me when I'm talking. So that's what happens.
Let me find out you're trying to hide something.
Literally, huh? He's all planning something.
Because I feel like I could get deep into the convo and not have to explain what I just talked about with, you know, if someone's listening. And I like to respect that too, because, you know, you're probably focused on doing something else and you don't want to just listen to my combo. I don't know. That's my thinking. But yeah.
Okay, babe.
Okay, sorry.
Very good insight.
That's
Thanks for letting
insight.
us know. Now I know. Is that why you walk around too?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't really walk around. He like walks outside and then he stands there with his arms crossed and then he's talking on the phone.
His house had a good signal when he was little.
For real.
Yeah. I was never on the phone. No, but thank you guys for being on the podcast, for coming down from the mountains. You guys experienced finally a true, you know, Colorado winter weather week. So I'm excited. How was that being in the negatives?
Cold as hell.
Cold. It was cold, yeah.
It was so cold, like icy, but it was still super nice. I don't complain about it at all because it wasn't windy. Because like you said earlier, when it gets windy, it's when it hurts like even more. So thankfully it wasn't windy. And I was super grateful, like you said, that my whole family got able to experience snow and a lot of snow. Like we'd be walking, the kids would be walking and they'll be sunk all the way up to here. And they were living for it, right?
That's so good. You guys got what you came for.
Yeah, that was a big reason we came, was because her family had never experienced, well, like 90% of the people that came never experienced snow. So for them to be out there, they were out there for hours. I was like, I can't be out there for 10 minutes, you know? But That was awesome. And one thing that I did notice is that it was snowing the night the night before we left, and the temperature was like at 20 something degrees. It was amazing. But when it wasn't snowing and it was just a normal day like right now, it was like -5. So I was like, yo, this math ain't adding. This math ain't mathing.
I don't like it anymore.
It's the warmest when it's actually snowing. Like actively snowing, that's like when we go and run errands and do stuff the next day
We're staying home.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're so happy to have you guys here. This is your first time at our house too, at Philippines headquarters, because they were here last year for our cabin trip, but they went straight from the airport to the Airbnb. So we're so happy to have you guys here. Kind of trying to keep you guys here for a little longer. I guess we'll keep you guys updated.
I heard there's a blizzard tonight, so
It's gonna get canceled anyway.
They're canceling.
Wait, wasn't there one for real though? Like this weekend?
Yesterday,
there was,
right? There's a blizzard.
today's supposed to be the coldest day out of the whole year, supposedly.
Well, even tomorrow's supposed to be cold because my sister's already got school canceled tomorrow.
What?
And that usually never happens. Like they never cancel school.
So today is a low of -16 and a high of 3. Tomorrow is a low of -18.
All right, we got to get out of here, man.
Like, never mind. I'm not freezing here.
And then we
That's
go to up
crazy.
to the 30s and 20s for the remainder of the week.
Okay, what about in Florida?
Florida, you're making me do my thing.
My weather's.
I got
What are they getting
I
home
do
to?
have Tampa here. It's raining currently in Tampa.
Of course it
70
is.
degrees though.
That sounds magical.
course it
But
is.
tomorrow when you get there, technically, I think, right? 55% chance
Okay.
of rain, 74 degrees.
We're used to the rain.
It's
My
been
boys
raining,
from
right?
Yeah, it's been a rainy
Did you
winter.
guys know? So my sweater says Tampa,
Oh,
Tampa,
yeah,
right?
look at that.
And that's where Franco was, right? The joke
Was
that he was
conceived.
conceived.
Okay.
But look at this. This is from Abercrombie, right?
Okay.
So
It
we
was
didn't
his-
make this. Do you see the date there? January.
27.
That's his
No
birthday.
way.
That's the day he was
Yeah.
born.
What the hell?
That's
Did you buy
crazy.
it because of that?
I
or-
bought it because of that.
Oh my
That's
god!
his actual birthday.
Yeah.
And it says Tampa.
And it
And it
says
says
Tampa.
Tampa.
And it's 1990. That's the year I was born.
Really?
What are the odds?
What are the odds?
So, yeah, it was perfect. I was like, I am gonna
Dang.
get this, and we're gonna keep this as an archive forever.
Yeah,
And give it to him when he's older.
Yeah.
Like you were conceived
That's
here,
Mhm.
and here's your birthday.
That's crazy. That's
that
dope that you
crazy?
found that.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's so
What a
cool.
coincidence. But anyways, guys, let's dive right into it. We have a not a segment.
This
Oh.
podcast is gonna be about dun dun dun.
Okay, I'm nervous.
Spilling
We have
the
no idea.
beans. So if you guys know us, if you've been watching us for a long time, if you followed our friendship, you know that we see Mando and Lily as our older siblings. They've been amazing mentors to us in the business world, and you guys have always been there for us, you know. And you invited us to Tampa. I think it was like the first time we were in Florida, where it was in Miami. Like
Yeah.
How long after they came to Colorado did we go to Florida?
Well, I think it was that same year, right? Because the world shut down for like 7 months, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
it reopened.
Yeah.
And then we went to Tampa, and then like 2 weeks after that was your
That's true.
30-30.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Mhm.
So you had already went to Tampa before
Yeah.
the 30.
We had gone to
Miami.
we had gone to Miami before anything, and then Tampa. It was like the week or 2
Yeah.
weeks before
Mhm.
your
Mhm.
birthday.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Dang.
And we
Crazy. And you guys showed us like the Clearwater Beach. Like you guys showed us a non-ratchet version of
Yeah.
Florida
Yes.
because
Yeah.
I feel like Miami's very like ratchet
Yeah.
vibes.
Oh yeah.
Party vibes,
Yes.
and you guys showed us like, wow, it's so beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, we loved it so much. We even considered going over there and living there for a year.
Yeah, at one point you guys were going to move there.
Yeah, we conceived Franco there. So you guys are just very near and dear to our hearts. We
Aw,
really appreciate your
Same,
friendship.
same.
And I think that we've always been able to have like conversations just about anything, you know?
Yeah.
And so today I was like, we're going to agree to disagree on some statements,
shit.
Okay.
you know?
Okay.
Because I
I'm
feel like our
scared.
friendship is strong enough to agree to disagree
Yeah.
on
yeah.
anything.
I'm really good at.
So
agreeing to
are you going to
disagree.
agree on something even though you don't agree on it? Or
No, you just have to say like, do you agree and why you agree, or do you
Okay.
disagree?
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do
Yeah.
it. I'm
Oh,
excited.
man.
Sheesh. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Guys, last year I really worked on my confidence, and it's safe to say that this year I don't have to work on it anymore. It's something that I can keep strengthening.
And you guys know that the core of this podcast is always us speaking our mind. So that's something I want to continue to do every year, year after year. I love therapy because having an outlet and someone to speak to really helps me clear my mind, even in the toughest situations.
And for me, it really helps knowing new ways to keep my confidence going when I feel like I run out or when I feel like it's running low. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule.
Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Celebrate the progress you've already made. Visit betterhelp.com/spillthebeans today to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/spillthebeans. You got the statements, babe? We actually got you guys to send in statements. So we're going to read them.
Wait, when did you guys
on.
post this? Did you block me or something? Because I didn't see this
It was
post.
on Spill the Beans.
Okay,
It was right before we started filming.
Okay.
All right. I feel like we're too good of friends for it to be true. There has to be something between us that doesn't. So this will kind of say it. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
No.
No.
Hell yeah. I knew we were friends for a reason. Guys,
Yeah.
Wait, you like it, Blanca?
I don't mind it, but I've
Okay.
never been like ew, what?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna grab a
Nah.
pineapple pizza. I
Like
won't
if I'm
grab
at a
it.
pizza
Nah.
buffet,
That'd be the
I'm
last
not-
choice.
And you know what? I love sweet and salty,
Yeah.
but for some reason the
Can't get into it?
pineapple on the pizza, no sé qué.
So I think that it's because I grew up with my dad and my mom loving pineapple and jalapeno pizza.
Mhm.
And I think that was just such a norm for me. So that when I realized when I was already old that this was an argument, I was like, why is it an argument? It's
Yeah.
just normal, you
She
know?
makes me, every time I order pizza, make sure you get a cheese and pineapple.
So you do love it then? Because like me, like you said, I don't mind it. I'm not the type like, oh no,
Yeah, babe, you
I
do
don't
like
mind it,
it.
but I don't
I
like
do
it.
love it because
you
that's
order
what
it.
that's what I eat usually.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I do. Okay. that was good to get started.
I
but
knew you guys wouldn't let me down.
Let's go.
'Cause I catch vibes from people, and if you
If they
love
like
pineapple on a
pineapple-
pizza, I kind of know what vibe that is.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree with that.
Hey, you're married to one that likes
Well,
pineapple.
that's why.
He didn't find that out until
Yeah, too late.
last year. Okay, this one. Your wife comes first and then your mom. Do you agree or disagree?
My wife comes.
Before your mom.
Damn.
Can I talk a little bit more about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would never have Mando choose.
There you go.
Number one.
No, but that's still a
Wait.
question, babe.
Wait, hold
Answer
on.
the question.
I'm gonna answer
Okay,
it. I
okay.
will never have Mando choose because number one, I have the best suegra ever, right?
That's
Like,
why.
we've never had any problems. Like, al contrario, she even puts me first before her son. You know.
Period.
So that is why it's very hard for me to make him choose because, al contrario, like me and my mom, let's say, like my mom is amazing too. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want him to
Make you choose.
make me choose because I just can't. Like they're both great people. It's hard for me to choose. So
So say you had a toxic suegra and say you didn't have a good relationship
Yeah,
with her
yeah.
suegra.
So
But Mando was a daddy, mommy's
mommy's
boy.
boy.
And your suegra was like, Mando, si no vienes este fin de semana, but it's something going on important for you too. Like,
Or
Yeah.
even like, you know, those mother-in-laws where it's like he has to put them first and he has to like she doesn't respect your boundaries or like if that was the other side of
yeah.
it.
So
how
if
would you feel?
that was the case, and it doesn't have to be that extreme,
Yeah.
right? But if you know that your suegra's a little toxic in some ways, maybe a little manipulative or whatever, I would say that you pick your wife first because you're literally creating a family with this person. You picked her to be your other 50, like your otra mitad. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not picking her first, then why did you choose her to begin with
wife, yeah.
to be your wife?
you
You
go.
know, like if you think that there's something there that's off, which is why you're not picking her first, then why did you choose her
I mean,
at all,
me
you know?
at the moment, I have no reason. Like, there's really no reason to pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm living with Lily every day. We're creating a family. We're creating a business. We're working together to salir adelante, and that's like she said. That's why I picked her. So obviously, right now there's no reason to pick. But if there was, I'll definitely pick Lily. Like I had to because that's what I'm gonna see every day. My mom. I'm not gonna see her every single day, even though I could talk to her and everything. But I'll definitely that'll be my pick. You know.
Yeah.
You agree, honey?
No.
But we don't have a toxic, relationship like that.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here because obviously, babe, I'll pick you over Joe Biden, but
Oh, okay.
Not Joe Biden.
no, what I'm trying to say is that I have mommy issues or whatever. But I'm trying to play devil's advocate here.
Mm-hmm.
People get divorced on the regular basis,
Yeah.
and women can cheat. Your mom is theoretically never gonna let you down. Your mom's always gonna love you. Your mom's always gonna want the best.
Yeah.
But my mom one time told me this, and I think till this day it's very true. No one wants to do better, wants the best for you other than your mom.
That's true.
Because even your dad, as dads, I can see it as Franco. Sometimes I want the tough path for him because I want him to grow up in a strong, independent man. But a mom truly is the only person that will always want the best interest and the least path of resistance for your happiness. So that's where I can make the argument for like if you really do have a guy that loves and cherishes his mom and the mom also, I can see where like fuck like my mom's always but at the end of the day you are choosing, like Lily said, to make a life.
I mean, I'm scratching my head, but if someone has a gun to your mom or to your wife, who you're picking, that's kind of what we're going to. That's
I mean,
kinda-
in that case, like you said, I would pick the mom.
Yeah.
Like, like you said, like, yeah, you said sometimes your partner might cheat on you, but why would you pick somebody that you know that
there's
might go
potential
down
or
that
whatever.
path or has that potential or used to cheat on her exes or whatever the case was, But like I said, even at the beginning, that's why it's hard for me to choose because we have such good relationships with our parents that I wouldn't want him to choose. But if we had to, like you said, if they were manipulative or if they were toxic suegras and stuff, then,
Yeah. I guess it just depends on the situation that you're in too.
Agree.
This one's a good one. It's a girl's job to clean the house.
Oh man,
Oh,
this is recent.
no,
We
no,
just
no.
got into this,
Just
bro.
got into
Absolutely
this.
disagree.
No, I don't agree. Not at all.
I don't either.
I kind of agree.
Me too.
The reason, and this is why I agree, 100%. They're gonna do the job
Wait. You said I kind of agree, and then you said 100%.
100% agree. Yeah.
No, he
Choose
100%
one.
agrees on this statement he's
On
gonna
this
make.
part,
okay,
right?
okay,
Thanks,
okay.
Jonathan. Yeah, they're gonna do a way better job. I mean, some might.
Or we're
do a
gonna do
shitty
it and they're
job.
still gonna do it again.
Yes, we're gonna fucking clean
Then
up.
y'all
the
better
gear.
step up
Practice
your
makes
cleaning
perfect.
game.
It's not gonna work out.
I told Mando recently, we had a whole podcast about this. I was like, babe, en los tiempos de antes, I agree that the woman cleaned and cooked because she would stay home and the guy would go work. But nowadays, we're working the same, bro,
Yeah.
50-50. Like, as well, I mean, you're not a stay-at-home mom, but you're here with the kids and you work from home, right? And I don't have kids, but I do believe when they say that being a stay-at-home mom is like, I think it was like 2.5 jobs or something.
Yes.
I 1000% believe that. And Mando knows. When we have the kids,
It's tough.
I don't have kids, but my nieces and my nephews are with me every
Kids
freaking
be
weekend.
freaking hungry all day, every day. Bro.
It's like nonstop
Yes.
cleaning and cooking and picking up after them and hey, stop doing this. It's like you don't get to sit down and chill.
No.
Ever. So that's why I don't agree with that anymore. Like if you're both working, everything should be 50-50.
Well, I'm gonna
including
agree
cooking.
to disagree, but I'm gonna agree.
So you want me to get home and continue cooking and cleaning?
I mean, yes, because you're gonna do a greater job than I'm gonna do.
I think you're just playing with me right now.
I'm gonna agree to disagree right now.
What about y'all?
Yeah, what about
I
you
agree.
guys?
Wait, did I say disagree? Yeah, I disagree. I think that it is not a woman's job. I do agree in the sense that if she's home and if she can do it because the guy is working all day, but when the guy gets home, like he can still clean. I remember when Jonathan used to work his 9 to 5 and I'd be home all day creating content, but if we got home and we cooked dinner, he would still help me wash the dishes. It wasn't like he expected me to do it, you know. I disagree in the sense that it's their job and mandatory, but I agree that if they can, I mean, go ahead, you know, but
I mean, and I'm not gonna over here bullshit you guys. I do be cleaning.
Yeah,
I
he
wash
does.
dishes.
and Jonathan
like-
too, like he will get up and like I don't have to tell him, hey babe, can you vacuum? He just gets up and
Yeah.
vacuums, you know. So I think it's different because I have a man that does it without, like, he used to literally, if we talk about how his parents go to Mexico every December, when he met me, he kind of stopped going every December. So he would stay home and he would have the whole house deep clean. Like, he would clean everything before his parents got home.
That's awesome.
So, you know, like, I think that it was just because of what I'm used to, too.
Even though you just used me as an example, and I do clean, I disagree. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I'm sure you don't like it.
I just think that, like, como cada quien knows their role, you know? Like, for example, when it snows 3 feet outside, I don't tell Blanca, hey, go shovel. You know? That's my job as a man. If the little indicator on the Jeep pops up, oil change, I'm not like, hey, go change the oil. That's my job as a man, right? So I just think that everyone, as long as you know your role, like, the Jeep doesn't need the oil changed every week or every day, right? Once every 6 months or whatever. So obviously I am mopping and sweeping here, but, like, I feel like I haven't.
You ain't mopping,
No. What I'm saying is that, like, I haven't cleaned a bathroom in the longest time, like, deep cleaned a bathroom. You've been doing that for the past years, but it's because I, you know, go in the garage or I go outside.
Trash,
you know? So I just think you got to find your own role. Like, for what makes me laugh, babe, is that you would say, like, when I would work like a traditional manly job coming home from the trash and you would have the house clean, right? But like Lily says, with the household, we're like together now. It's like, even though I was coming home greased up, dirty, macho man, and like me tenía la cena bien limpia, bien like ready and cooked, you were still making more money than me, you know? So it's like, there was no need theoretically. She could still be like, I know you're getting home tired and dirty, but I'm still the main, you know what I mean? So I think it's just to each their own how it works, you know?
Yeah, I guess you have to find what works for you.
And I was talking to my homie the other day, and he said it, and I've heard this before. A relationship is not 50-50. A relationship is 60-40. Just depends what the vibe is. Just depends what we're going through. Just depends what we're talking about. So yeah,
1,000%.
that's what I see.
Jonathan be using that all the time. Like, babe, well, today I was just not at my 70%. Like, I needed he's like, I need a little 80 from you today. I'm like, okay.
Well, I think the problem with me is that a lot of like the guy things, like Jonathan said, shoveling the snow outside, getting the car situated or whatever. Mando doesn't do that. Mando doesn't do any of the guy things that there is to do, like mowing the lawn in Florida. He hired a lawn guy, right? Doing the oil change, he doesn't do that. Like, he'll have somebody do the oil change. So then that's when, like, okay, you're not doing none of that type of things. Why do I have to clean and cook? Right?
Period.
If I need him to build something for me, literally, like from IKEA or anything, he will not do it.
I hate building.
I have to do it.
I have to do it.
But that is like the man thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, I got it, you know? So that's why it bothered me sometimes. Well, not no more, because we already figured it out, right? When we were like, why do I have to, like, we get home from work and you go into your office and you chill all day.
And he expects you to go
and cook. I get home and I cook, clean, whatever. Then I go see you and you're taking a nap at the desk, you know? No. Does that make sense?
No, baby. That would be a no for me.
Yeah, exactly. So
I want to know what Lily BAE, how she really is. So we just talked about kind of responsibilities, maybe in a household. What about the traditional Mexican, like in public? This question saying, typical Mexican things, serving your partner and some other things that us wives have to do. So tú le sirves al plato a Mando, let's say when you guys go to his hometown in Miami at a family party?
No. He doesn't want
I don't want her to. I mean, mostly when we go to carne asadas, I was like, bro, I want to get as much as I want, you know? So that's definitely no. When we go to her mom's house, sometimes, like went to grandma's house, because I'm a little shy maybe, but other than that, like, no, I don't expect
likes
it to.
to serve
I like
himself.
to serve myself.
Like, if he wants this much rice and this much carne, like.
Well, let's not use that as an example. Like, what other example might you have? Like a Mexican traditional,
kind of like, I don't know. When I think of stuff like that, it's like the guys kind of go and do whatever they want, not do anything, and the girls have to, like, before a party, clean, cook, all that, and then take care of the babies, like your nephews and stuff like that. Like, are you guys? Would you say you're a traditional Mexican couple?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Like
traditional Mexican. Another thing is like, unfortunately.
Does Mando beat you when he gets drunk?
No, hell no.
It'd be
like,
the other
for
way
example,
around.
him having like boys' nights.
Yeah.
That's not traditional. And for me, bye. Like, I love when he leaves. He's gone on trips with the guys. He's gone on like games in freaking Atlanta or Miami, Canelo fight. Like, I don't ever be like.
So yeah, that's not traditional.
No,
at
that's
all.
not.
Al contrario, I'll go pick up I don't have kids. You would think she don't have kids. She's going to go get lit somewhere, right? Which I do sometimes. But for the most part, I'll go pick up my niece and my nephew and I'll hang out with them all day, you know, all weekends, right? Like yeah. So as of right now, it does. But then again, I know once we have kids, that might change.
Is there
right?
one thing
like,
that we do traditional Mexican, like that you would think of? No, right? Not at all. Like, there's no one, like, there's got to be
I'm sure there's
one
very
thing.
little things, like maybe you don't let her pump her own gas.
You never, she don't.
I don't,
Yeah.
but if I want, you would definitely
Yeah,
let
I'd be like,
me.
fuck it, fuck it.
Hell yeah.
She
Like, you
doesn't.
always drive,
because
maybe?
Mando
when you're
doesn't
together?
He always drives, but he's mad that he always
No.
drives.
I don't know if
Same.
that's a Mexican thing.
He'll
I
be
think
like-
it's just a man thing.
Yeah, no.
Like,
So Mando's
yeah.
a sleepyhead, right? You know, y'all know this. He'll fall asleep anywhere in
I'm
2
about to
seconds.
fall asleep right now. I'm just kidding.
If we go visit his family, which is 4 hours away from Tampa, on the way back, like when we're leaving, he'll be like, "Okay, but you drive." It's like 8:00. And he already wants me to drive because he knows that he's not, you know? And usually like traditional Mexican men would be like, no, I got this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
I'll
no,
drive.
not Mando. Mando would be like, bloop.
Yeah.
But it's for like the wrong reasons. So Mexican men's like, they're not gonna catch me seeing like my wife driving me around, and that's
Yeah.
gay,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
or something like that.
I think I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just different because Jonathan is very picky with how he serves himself. Like menudo, it's just give me like one granito and like all of the meat, and then make sure it's this much caldo and make sure it's mixed, like, you know.
So you already know what he wants.
No, I don't. That's the thing.
Oh.
So I'm like that. Sometimes I get scared serving him because I'm like, bro. And this is PTSD because fun fact, and this is a story I don't think we've ever told. But there was
Let's
this
go.
one time when Jonathan and I had we first started living together. Well, he moved in with my parents, and I went to serve ourselves milk, right? I mean cereal. And I like my cereal with more cereal, less milk. I didn't know how he liked it, so I just served him cereal and milk.
Normal.
She puts this much milk and then cereal.
I put enough milk to wet the cereal, but I don't put a lot of milk, right? Because I'm like,
It's not floating.
yeah, because I'm like, I'm not
it's not
going
floating.
to drink the milk after I eat the cereal. I make sure that each
Oh,
bite
gotcha.
has
A little
cereal
bit
and
of
milk,
milk.
and then when I'm done with both of them. Well, this boy over here, he needs more milk and like 2 pebbles of cereal. You know, like he needs it so.
I like chocolate milk.
And I didn't know that, but that time we didn't have any more milk left, so I just put like half and half, and then cereal, whatever. I go bring it to him, and he's like, "I'm not eating this. Like, why is there not
Oh,
milk
did
in there?"
that?
Yeah, honey.
Nah,
It was
you're
like-
tripping.
No, I'm not tripping. I literally have PTSD. This is why I don't serve you menudo. And
Or anything
he
else.
and I thought he was joking. I was like, "You're fucking lying." He didn't eat the cereal.
I ate it, babe. I probably ate it.
shit.
You're dumb.
You don't remember, honey, how like
Oh,
your
maybe I did it. Yeah,
your anger.
but that irks me.
like, exactly. It irked him so much that he didn't eat it. So
No,
after that,
but-
I'm like, I'm never serving him. No,
But to
nothing.
me, I think before you told me that, I think I remember this day.
Uh-huh.
You
I
didn't
did
tell me
that?
que la leche se había acabado. I think that's what she genuinely me sirvió.
Oh, and you thought
And
that
I was
just
like, you
didn't.
guys
Oh, yeah.
are stingy around here like
Oh,
that. You
yeah.
know, like, I was like, if you need more milk, I can go buy some. Like, you know?
Hey.
And I was like, but
That's
then,
funny.
because
I
I
would
had just
never
moved in
serve
with
you
her. So I was
again.
like, damn, like, I thought maybe like,
And that was super early in the relationship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
things like that you remember at the beginning.
Yeah, it was
especially.
things that were toxic, but that gave me PTSD.
but that was me being like, I was still like a Mexican.
He still
traditional.
had really bad anger issues.
Or like
he hadn't gone
planchando
to-
for your man.
Oh yeah, see, I'd never done that
What, the
before.
what?
Planchar.
That's
I
like
think
Mexican
that's the only.
tradition.
Maybe that's the only traditional thing that I've seen you do. That you planchar.
Yeah,
Like, you
Mando has
But
literally-
for myself.
OCD
For yourself,
planchar.
but
Yeah.
like I literally had you planchar
Is your
my
Yeah.
baby
biggest
shower
fear being
dress.
arrugado or
I
something?
hate being arrugado.
Well, when I first got with Mando, you know, I was doing the cool points.
She
so I
was.
would planchar for
Yeah.
him.
Oh.
What happened to
But
that?
once I got him, like,
Yeah.
you know, once I knew he was mine, like, psych, I ain't gonna planchar no more.
That's fucked up.
You're gonna planchar for me and my friends. Right, Blanca?
You're
But you like it, though.
literally,
Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm just there. As long as the pinche plancha tiene agua. I hate when the plancha don't got agua, bro. I fucking hate that shit.
And it's upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
funny.
I feel like I sound like a broken record, babe, when I say this is the year I'm finally going to eat healthy.
Well, also in a couple of months, I'm going to be postpartum. So I'm going to be joining you on that journey, babe. And I think that this year, since we're going to be parents of 2 children running around, we are going to need something that's fast and convenient.
Whether your resolution is to save money, eat better, or stress less, HelloFresh is here to help.
Each HelloFresh box is packed with farm-fresh ingredients and everything arrives pre-portioned right to your doorstep for less hassle and less wasted food.
All you have to do is open your weekly box of pre-portioned ingredients and step-by-step recipes to get cooking.
Dig into their biggest menu yet with over 45 dinner options to choose from weekly with options that suit any lifestyle, like over 30 calorie smart and protein smart recipes each week.
They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and HelloFresh agrees. In fact, they're giving all subscribers free breakfast for life.
That means you'll enjoy a totally free breakfast item with every single HelloFresh delivery. Now that's worth waking up early for.
I love HelloFresh because now that my wife is extra pregnant and she's tired all the time, we can just whip out something even I can make.
And I love HelloFresh for that reason too, because when he's cooking, he doesn't have to be asking me, babe, where do I do this? How do I cut this? It literally comes with pictures and step-by-step instructions. It's basically made for dummies. Go to HelloFresh.com/spillthebeansfree and use code spillthebeansfree for free breakfast for life. 1 breakfast item per box while subscription is active.
That's free breakfast for life at HelloFresh.com/spillthebeansfree with code spillthebeansfree.
HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Oh no. Okay, this one says, couples do not need to have similar interests to be compatible. Do you agree or disagree?
Do not have to have.
On a scale from like 0 to 100, like percentage, how similarities would you say you and you guys have together?
We're like 75, right? Like 75. Like we
That's
think
good.
75, 80.
a lot of the things that we think throughout the day, like she already thought about it or I already thought about it. Like she'll be like, hey, I thought about, like when you were talking about earlier about the mental health, right? I was like, how do I get somebody to, get to this?
And then she said it.
And then she said it earlier, but I just thought about it. So like that kind of, that's why I see it. A lot of our things that we like, we both like, other than soccer. But other
I
than
hate
that,
soccer.
Other than that, like we like the same things. We like spicy food, and and then to your question, I disagree. They have to be very compatible. They have to like
they have to have
agree.
similar interests to be compatible.
Right?
I wouldn't say 100%.
No.
I would say at least
60.
At least 50 or 60%, like somewhat compatible with some things.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of couples that I don't know how they work out. I could think about like a good handful right now. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hold it in.
I'm like, wait, how do you guys function?
How are you compatible?
Like, how did you guys even get? ¿Dónde vas, babe?
I'm walking out.
How do you guys even get together? Like,
Literally.
that's what I question. But somehow it works.
Yeah. Like there's that opposites attract.
Yeah.
Thing that you hear, but
they attract, but
no.
do they stay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Because that's a little hard.
I do not believe in opposites attract.
But I feel like back in the day, like even though it wasn't compatible, like you just had to stay together.
Yeah.
Now
Like,
it's
make
like,
it work.
fuck that, I'm out.
Yeah,
know?
exactly. It's easier to
Yeah.
leave now.
What do you guys think?
I agree too. Or wait, was it disagree?
You agree to disagree, so you just say what you want. I agree that.
You agree that they have to be compatible? Or
I agree that they
disagree?
have to have similarities to be compatible. Absolutely.
Percentage wise,
Then why'd you lie? At the beginning.
That's what I was going for, because with Jonathan, I think I always talk about this. We were in a toxic relationship because I had daddy issues. I was not confident. I didn't have an identity. Like I was super codependent. So I molded myself to be what he liked, So I never really liked chicken wings, but I knew it was his favorite restaurant. So we're going to go eat chicken wings every time we can.
Gotcha.
I didn't like soccer, but I went and watched all his soccer games, or I started getting into the World Cup, según yo. What are other things, honey? Like, Well, there was just like a lot of things that he liked that I didn't necessarily like.
Or like partying,
Or
going to bailes probably or something like that.
no, but
You liked going to
me.
bailes.
Oh, that was
He-
you.
Yeah,
he
he
did it.
does
Okay,
not.
okay.
So there was so many things that I did that obviously caught him, like reeled him in.
Mhm.
And then when we started getting more comfortable, when we started like dating longer, I was like, I don't actually like chicken wings. Like chicken is disgusting.
Mhm.
I don't actually like soccer,
But
so
she
you can
was
watch it
in
by
it
himself.
deep. There was a point we went to beat ups 3
Uh,
days in a row.
No
Yeah.
way.
Because I love beat ups, and she was like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I was like, damn. And I was like, I
Yeah.
love this girl. And then she
And
later.
then slowly, I think that I started finding myself. And
One
like,
day, the day she told me,
maturing.
she's like, I actually don't like chicken. I was
shit.
like,
It's because
I felt like,
one day I just got the ick for chicken, honestly, and it's
Mm-mm, that happened to me
fucking
at one
disgusting.
point.
I was like,
I used to love chicken wings, but I got the ick, and I was like, I don't like chicken anymore. And like, there was just a lot of things, and I'm like, damn, like if I would have just been like this from the beginning,
front.
I don't think that we would have ever dated.
Mhm.
okay, this one is juicy because people want to know. Do Lily and BAE, aka Mando, should you combine both incomes in one account?
Is
Like a consejo for them, or do we?
Do you agree or
Like,
disagree?
yeah, I
Agree or
agree.
disagree? Should
I agree.
you?
We're really good at like, this is our
agree
money.
too.
You
Yeah.
know, we made this together, and
Mm.
if you want to spend it this way, you spend it that
And
way.
how do you go about like maybe I know you let's just say I'm giving you an example. I know you're very into mudding and stuff like that, Lily. You love it. But let's just say you did it. Armando really wanted that Can-Am. And you guys have one account, you guys, like you said, it's both your money. How would you go about purchasing a $30,000 vehicle for fun? You can't use
Yeah.
it every day. It's
Mhm.
once every 2 weeks, once a week, maybe once a month.
Yeah.
How would you pretend like you didn't like that stuff?
Okay. Well, number one, for like using that as an example, to begin with, I feel like I got the right person for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
From the get go, like he doesn't make stupid financial decisions. Let's say, he's a hard worker. He has all these qualities that I like, right?
Let's go.
So if he wants something like that, yeah, like go ahead, go get it. Because I know that if there comes a day that I want something,
Mm.
he's gonna be like, okay, like my mini cow,
There you go.
he's gonna be like, okay,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? But now if I got with somebody from the beginning that is not a hard worker, doesn't know how to save, not good with money decisions, then of course it's gonna bother me.
Yeah.
Like you don't need that. Why are you spending money on that? But like I said, from the get go, I got with somebody that I liked all his qualities
Qualities,
right.
Quality.
So that's why it doesn't bother me.
Mm.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we say this too many times, but
Mhm.
communication is key.
Mhm.
It's like, you guys got to talk it out. And if you really don't like this purchase that she's about to make, or you got to talk it out instead of being like, no. Be like, look, this is why we need it, or this is why I want it, and figure it out. You
Yeah,
know?
because I don't see myself like his mom for me to tell him don't buy that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or don't, yeah.
Now, if you're with somebody that, no, I mean, I know not everybody agrees that the money should be together, and it's fine. Whatever works for your relationship,
relationship,
Maybe you love your husband and he does everything good, but he doesn't know how to save money, or he's not good with
Or
those
gambles.
has a problem.
Right.
That's why it's hard for me to be like which one's right and which one's wrong, because it's so like it could go so many ways.
Yeah.
But for us, the money together just works.
Works for you. Yeah.
But we also do have separate accounts too, though.
Yeah.
So
And how do you know when to put money in those accounts?
those accounts we don't really touch. They're just like savings accounts for like, let's say like my party plug stuff. Like that money is just there, and it's just
Revolving.
revolving
business.
right? Yeah. But if like for example, when I want to surprise him with something and I don't want him to see, I'll take from there. Does that make sense?
I see.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we kind of use those accounts
Yeah.
more for that, when we have to surprise each
Yeah.
other,
Yeah.
so we don't see it. But it's not like, oh, we can't touch this, or
Yeah.
if we need it, no, this is mine.
Yeah.
Everything is like ours, and if there ever comes a day where we need it, then we need it, and that's all.
We'll
to
grab it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, like for the audience, is just know who you're marrying and marry like someone similar to you in that type of sense, because even though Mando, like for example, there's the other flip side of that. Mando, you could have, let's say you have Mando, right? Hardworking, makes money, always tries to find different ways to make money. But he loves jewelry. He loves Rolexes, this and that. And even though you're like, fuck, like, si es bien trabajador, but does he really need that $15,000 Rolex or this or that or those new Jordans, or he was a sneakerhead, you know? So it really comes down to like, I feel like you truly found the person that matches you. And then like, so did I, because Blanca doesn't really spend on stuff like that. So really just finding that person for those big things.
100%.
Yeah, like that Canem that we got was both of us. We both wanted that.
We're like, hell yeah, let's do it.
But yeah, we don't spend on designer like that. He's not over there buying all these big old chains, which he could if that's what you guys like, whatever makes you happy.
I mean, and then I love going to the casino, but you don't see me in there spending thousands of dollars. I was maxed out at $100, $50.
So yeah, that's true what you said. If you find somebody similar to you, then I feel like you won't come across those type of problems. But
and I think that's what your goal is when marrying someone, right? It's like not having to fight over financial situations.
Jonathan, let's spice this shit up, bro.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Wait, from these questions?
Yeah, whatever.
Well, it's because it's the thing that we were talking about the other day. I don't know if you heard that episode, Mando, but it's been 4 years, right? So I feel like 4 years ago, I put this Q&A or this thing. What's your favorite sex position? How many times a day do you get? But 4 years, audiences as well as the creators, they mature, you know?
Yeah.
So now I kind of like it when we post something. It's very like this.
Respectable.
Like, you know, good, deep questions that make you think, not just like, you know.
No, that was good because I said on my podcast the other day, I was like, yo, like the guy was like, start that podcast because you don't know whose life you're going to change. Yeah. You know, you have a message. Everyone has a message for everyone. So like you said, like the messages that we're saying out, like one person be like, oh, damn, I never thought about it that way. And that's why we do it, you know, to give our expressions and for you guys to get something positive out of this podcast, you know?
Yeah. But like I was trying to think right now, like I don't want everything to sound so perfect. So I was like, what could Mando be like? I'm going to spend this much money and me be like, are you fucking stupid or what? So like, let's say I don't like soccer, right?
World Cup tickets.
Yeah.
$15,000.
But there was a time where he really wanted to go and I was like, go babe, like go. I wasn't like, oh, because I hate soccer. Why are you going to spend that? No, like he really loves that. So I would tell him, if you want to go, go. But why didn't he go? Because he didn't know anybody going. He wasn't going to go by himself. And those is an expensive trip. You can't just be like, hey, Jonathan, let's go on this trip. And
$15,000.
You know?
I told him,
damn.
Yeah. So yeah, even with us, that example, I don't like soccer. And if he wanted to spend that, that's true. I didn't put no and ifs or buts. I was like, dale.
All right, I'm going to spice it up then, Mando.
Oh, man.
If a woman hits a man, it's okay for a man to also hit the woman.
Oh,
yeah, Mando, say the truth.
Yeah, come on. You want to
I'll say the truth. Damn.
Do you agree or disagree?
No, I don't think a man should ever hit a woman. But sometimes you get hit and you're fucking
you're mad.
You're like, damn, I just got sparked. I'm a fucking smack back because that's my you can't control reaction. That shit. You know, you can't control that. That was my reflex.
I actually agree with that. If a woman is gonna hit a man, like be ready to get hit right back. You know, 100%.
But I wouldn't hit her.
But let me give y'all an example. It's not.
I know exactly what
it's not say. Ideal. Don't do that. But there's some ratchet ass people out there that they think that they can, hit a guy and nothing's gonna happen. Like, why does you as a man have to take it? Yeah. I'm putting it in a scenario where the guy didn't do nothing wrong. Okay. Obviously, if it's like some toxic domestic violence situation, that's totally different. But for example,
you gonna give us a fuerza regida?
For example, thank God he did not hit her. Mando's not the type, pero se lo merecía. Yes.
She really did.
We go to a baile. It was, my little sister was 14 at the time. My mom let me take her. It was the Jimmy Humilde smokeout tour, whatever. Everybody was going, right?
That's fire.
So we took her. It was literally Mando, myself, and my little sister, right? We're in the VIP. It wasn't even that packed at all, right? And all of a sudden, I feel my little sister.
The VIP wasn't too packed, but the event was.
Yeah. I feel my sister like shove into me. And when my sister's 14, but she's taller than me, right? So when I turn around, I'm like, what happened? And I turn around and her and some lady, well, the lady was like going off on my sister, you know, like I could just, I don't know what she's saying, but I could just see her like yelling at my sister. So, you know, I'm all like Zen vibes, positive vibes. I get in between both of them and I'm like, hey, you know, she's only 14. She's only 14. I don't know what happened, but, you know, I was just trying to tell her like, yo, she's little. Like, because
move on.
that lady looked older, you know?
She was at least 40.
So the lady was like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. And started like going off on me too, you know? And I was like, yo, like, chill, relax. You're like, what's wrong with you, you know?
Meanwhile, aquí sigo,
so Mando finally, when he sees like this lady is just like going at it, Mando's not a fighter. For those of you that don't know, he's not a fighter. He would never hit a woman. He's just not that type. Mando goes and he's like, babe, just hazte para acá. Just ignore her. So Mando grabs me and my sister and like puts me like at the front of the stage. And all of a sudden,
I put my back towards her, you know?
And obviously puts his back towards her to remove us from that situation. As soon as Mando turns around to like put us in the front, the lady throws her drink at Mando.
Yeah, I'm soaked at this point, bro.
So Mando turns around like, what the hell? Turns around and all of a sudden the lady swings at Mando.
Yeah.
Swings at him.
I did the Matrix on that bitch.
And misses like she basically hit his beard at the time, right? Yeah. And oh my God, when I saw that, I was like, what the hell? Because.
And the reason we know about this, there's a video. So that's how I knew that happened. You know,
we got the video because the Bando's friends with the guy that I don't know if he still does the vlogs for Fuerza Regida or whatever, but he sent it to Mando right away. Like, look, you know, and exactly how I'm telling you is exactly how it played out. You see me being like, hey, like chill, you know, and you see that lady like, you know, but anyways, do you see why I say like a lot of these type of women, they think like they could get away with
hitting someone,
hitting a guy,
and not get.
But how does that make that right? You know?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So then, what happened? Like, you like punched her?
No, he didn't. That's why I'm saying. Thank God that he didn't, because people would have just grabbed
like
that
security,
clip.
Luckily she got escorted away.
Yeah,
after a while.
But that would have.
That's ratchet.
Yeah.
Florida people, watch out.
So in that case, what do y'all think? Like,
I feel like I don't agree that a man should hit a woman. Mm-hmm. But it's just because I feel like of how we're raised, you know, like we're raised where we've seen situations where there's women hitting men, and because of the respect that they have for the women, they like hold back and they don't do it. But I'm like, damn, sometimes, you know,
gay guys and girls though, dense chingazos, you know, that's okay, you know, go at it.
I never thought about it. I
support my gay brothers because they can do it, you know.
Yeah,
they're the ones that like fuck. But I'm with Mando. Like, even though maybe the girl might deserve it, she's being rude, ratchet.
Yeah, we're
never. But because the strength between a man, like a punch from a man to a woman,
it's
just ridiculous. Like a man, like Mando, I'm sure could have taken 5 punches from that lady. I see, right, you know, whatever. But like one punch from Mando to, you know, it's just not comparable. So like, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, but it just I try to think like, what would I tell my son? Like, if there's a lady like going at it with him, you know, like.
And I guess just at the end of the day, like the guy's gonna get in more trouble than she is.
That's
so might as well
someone
just
records that, they'll chop it up to the
take it, respect
the best
it,
thing
walk
is walk
away.
Yeah.
Any
like
situation.
Even if they deserve it.
I like this one because it made me think a little bit. Being famous is better than being rich.
Disagree. Oh my God.
Being famous.
You know what's crazy? I think about that all the time because back in my middle school days, that was a question that the teacher asked. Would you rather be famous or rich? And I said, be famous, right? Because rich could go away. But if you're famous, you could still always have some kind of deal somewhere.
In what world are you famous and not
without
rich?
being rich? That's true.
Yeah.
I think it comes hand in hand.
Like these nuts guy. They catch them like sleeping in the Vegas streets, but he's famous.
Yeah, that's
so like something like that. They didn't manage their money right.
Yeah,
but
or a lot of the rappers and stuff where they were super
wonders,
famous at one point and then lost it all, but they're still very much known. They just don't have the money no more.
Yeah, that's
I guess in that case, being famous, because like Lily says, you could always make a comeback.
You could always bounce back.
Like These Nuts guy could sign a deal with like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or collab with someone and somehow work his way up.
Si se pusiera las pilas and got back into it, you know?
more connections or
But
whatever.
being rich, I mean, you don't have to deal with the drama, the hate comments, anything. You're just rich.
Just rich.
You, let's just say you're a lawyer or something.
So what would you guys choose?
Honestly,
Say like you could be rich.
Like forever
Like you
or
had
famous forever?
you had to choose between being rich and being famous. Like if you're rich, you're not famous, and if you're famous, you're not rich.
So the reason why I've been thinking about it lately is because now seeing all the bad that comes with being famous, like the canceling and that you have to be on your tiptoes and you can't really speak everything you want to say because they might take it the wrong way. I would prefer rich over famous.
Me too.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, there's just so many things you got to do once you're famous.
Yeah.
You know, but it's funny too though, because it's like, oh, the rich want to become famous now. You know, and it's always that little battle game. Like you see these rich people like trying to chill with like the top artists to get clout. So
or paying people to go to their birthday parties.
Oh, what are you talking about there, buddy?
Saying, you know? Just saying. That's just crazy.
That is
me.
crazy. And we heard a couple instances about that for sure.
That's insane.
Yeah, I've heard of like rich people. It's like, why do you want the clout if you have a mansion and stuff?
Well, I've
like
also
that?
seen a lot of like business owners, like in the beauty industry, like a lot of beauty owner brands, like they want to start being friends with the influencers because not only do they want to be owning the business, they want to be the face of the business and then known like, oh, she's famous and she has this amazing business, you know? So that's insane. That's true.
It's just, that's how life is.
Definitely rich.
Rich.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So with this one comes agree or disagree. Does money buy happiness? And no bullshitting. Don't give me the like.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. You, babe? Oh, she's thinking. Processing.
I don't know.
I think it's hard. It's hard to say it, but I don't know, man.
Well, I've seen TikToks and it's like, oh, I'll cry in my Ferrari. Like, are you really happy, bro?
Pinche mando.
Are you really happy? Like, I don't believe that one. You know, like when it comes to money, there's so much stress. Are you really happy? I mean, it's just a matter of like,
The more you have, the more you spend.
What do you think, baby?
More money, more
I guess I
problems.
agree.
I agree.
But then, like, when I look back at, like, you know, we go to Mexico and you see all these kids que viven, like, bien pobrecitos, but they're, like, super happy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they need money to be
That's true.
happy. But I do see where, as they grow older and they have more responsibilities, money is very helpful, you know? So, but I guess at the end of the day, I agree.
It's just like,
I agree too, just in the sense that we talked about this last podcast, but when people tell me like, oh, what's your definition of being rich, right? We used to be like, oh, money, money, money. But now it's like health. Like if I'm healthy, my family's healthy, my son's healthy, I'm rich. Like I do not need anything else. But then comes the, if he were to get sick, what do I need to be able to get anything that he needs if he's sick? It's money, you know, and like for your bills, for your house, for your car, insurance, anything, like you need money. And if you don't have it, you're stressed and you're not happy. Like even if you have a happy household and you can't feed the household, like you're not going to necessarily be happy, you know, but I don't know. It's really hard, but
I think it's all perspective, you know, like how come when we give this example, we right away like go, like I've even given the example, the billionaire family, but their son has cancer, but then the poor family in Mexico, but they're all happy.
They're all chilling.
You know, why? Let's take two normal families. They're both healthy, but one's spending a yacht in the summer in Italy on a yacht, and the other one is here just, you know, watching a movie. It's like, you know, but at the end of the day, it's all perspective. And I say that because let's say I was giving Franco for his 16th birthday a Mustang. he would be out of this world, crazy. Or let's just say my dad and me, I would be like a Mustang for my 16th birthday. Are you kidding me? That's insane. But if Bill Gates was giving his son a Mustang for his 16th birthday, he'd be like, what the fuck is this, Dad? A Mustang, a Ford? You couldn't even get me a Mercedes or a BMW at least, So I think it's
perspective.
Perspective.
And we say this a lot, and this is another saying for Gary Vee. Everyone's happiness is different.
Yes.
So like you said, the Mustang is like the best thing for you, but for Bill Gates, son, it's a fucking Ferrari. That's what he wants. So everyone's happiness is different. So money does buy happiness.
And don't let, to the people listening to this, don't let the influencers you follow or the celebrities defer or change your version of happiness.
Right, dictate it.
Does that make sense? Like the other day I was talking to my little cousins about this. He's like the oldest from his, family. So but he's 12 and he's a very smart young little kid. And he was telling me, he's like, we have the same grandparents, obviously. He's like, why don't my grandpa and grandma ever travel or do something for their happiness? And because they're old and they're Mexican, they're really rich, but they never spend it. And I'm like, well, how do you know they're not happy with the stuff they do? Like, to them, happiness is buying a new tractor for their farm. Right. It's not going to Cancun like it is for you or me. So I was like, everyone's version. My grandpa, when he buys a new tractor, he's ecstatic. That's his. Because I've offered to take him to Egypt. I've offered to do these cool things. He's like, no gracias. I'd rather stay here. So it's like, if your version is going up to the mountains for the weekend for your family for a cabin, don't let that change. Like, it doesn't have to be Italy. It doesn't have to be Gucci.
There's always going to be a dude on Instagram that he took his family to
don't ever
Thailand.
Start comparing and stuff. Whatever makes you happy. Yeah. We actually talked about that too recently. The last podcast too, I think.
But I also agree that money does buy comfortability.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, with money, you're comfortable, which then brings on the happiness and the less stress and all of that. But I mean, I don't know.
What are we at,
It's
man?
just perspective.
53.
Oh shit, okay. I think that's good, guys. I think we wrapped up today's podcast.
Let's go.
Not only, like we said, 4 years of friendship, but 4 years of this podcast as well. I think it was January 14th. So yesterday. 4 years of this podcast.
Wait, really?
Congratulations.
Hey, let's go.
That's
Happy
crazy.
birthday to you.
Happy birthday, spill the beans.
Let's go
We
get
should
some
have brought
shots.
a little cake.
Shot.
Oh, we should have, babe. Why didn't you prepare?
I don't know.
What
Well,
the
we
heck?
had our guests. I was like, that's enough.
That's
Let's
our
go.
celebration. We have an amazing podcast on our podcast.
Yeah, but thank you guys so much for coming. I kind of
Yes.
want to wrap up the podcast with like a little bit of what Lily you were about to say about like the friendships and like how I've had anxiety. And I think a good friendship works when like you just understand each other and you don't have to talk about it. Does that make sense? Like, I remember when I first met Mando, right? Or both of you guys. You guys were so chill. And I remember, for example, I would text Mando or something and he wouldn't text me back. And I would get so much anxiety. I'd be like, fuck, is he mad? Or does he not like fuck with me anymore? Or like, did I say something? Because I'm younger, right? So I'm like, was I being cringe or, And then he would text me back 5 hours later. Hey man, I was busy anyways, this and that. And I'd be like, I was worrying for no fucking reason.
Estaban saliendo canas
And
para
then,
nada.
or like the way Lily texts, I remember Blanca was telling me a long time ago, she's like, I put a lot of emojis, but then Lily like is so like, might be a little bit more serious.
That is
Yeah.
Lily though. She says okay.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
then as we've grown to be with them 4 years later, that's just
sorry.
how they are.
Yes.
So in a way, it's like now you text me or something happens and you don't text me back or I don't text, like it's fine. It's not that no, I know you're busy. So with that being said, like I think that's the only way like a friendship is truly gonna like, because for example, you were like, yo, thank you for the Jeep, for letting me borrow it and stuff like that, right? And even though for you, it might seem like I'm doing you a favor, for me, it's like I'm barely repaying you for the like when you guys, like I'll never forget the day I got that shitty serial killer Airbnb for my little video game convention. And Lily just took a look out from outside and was like, nope, you're not staying here. And you guys picked me up, you brought me home and you let me borrow your BMW for the weekend for my event, And I was like, wow, like, so when Mando told me like, hey, we're like, yeah, like everything, I'm barely cashing in my favor for you. It might look like I'm doing you a favor, but I'm like, no, finally I can get even with Mando even a little bit, but like, I feel like, and it's happened to Blanca and I a lot where like these friendships, it's not that back and forth. It's not like, so if if a friendship isn't going to be like, hey, it's my turn, it's your turn, it's never going to work out. And I feel like that's why 4 years of our friendship has worked out, because you remember these things and you vibe on a frequency that like you can't even explain. Does that make sense?
And communication
Communication's
too, you know?
big, yeah.
So like right now that you said that I only do like, okay, if I would have known like Blanca gets all into, you know, her feelings, I would be like, oh, let me.
And
No,
you
but that was a
are
long
like
time
that
ago.
though,
Yeah,
because that was like at the beginning. But I remember Lily, guys, this is so funny because I just like to say that Lily knew I was pregnant before I was pregnant, because we were at the Houston trip and I was kind of like not there. Like I was there, but I was, not there.
bro.
And I was just kind of like not paying attention. I didn't have energy to like go and talk and make friends. And I usually am. Like I usually am out there talking, making friends, you know, posting stories. And I remember Lily like pulls me to the side and she's like, hey, like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, why? And she's like, it's because you're not acting like yourself. And I'm like, she knows me so well that she knows when I'm not. And like you're like, is there anything I can do to help? Like, is there anything that I'm doing? And I'm like, what? Like that was so mind-blowing to me. And I was like, wow, like this is why she's my friend.
Yeah, like 4 years before, I wouldn't have pulled you to the side. I would not, but until you finally one time you told me after Franco, you know, remember you were like going through depression a little bit and all that she is the type that you need like, I guess like reassurance. Or for us to like check up on you and stuff. Yeah. And like, that's all I needed. You just have to tell me once and I will try, you know, like I want to be that friend. So for me, communicating that makes it a lot easier. You know, we've had other friends that have even pulled us aside one day and told us the same thing. Like they even cried like, hey, you know, we felt like something was off a little bit. And after we talked about it, we were both like laughing, like, what the hell?
Now we laugh about it too.
Because it was something so small that they started creating scenarios in their head and thought it was something else. And we're like, no, not, you know, like, so yeah, communication for, you know, is key. I feel like to make a relationship work and also knowing your friends, you know, like for me, you guys know that I'm very, like, I don't need Blanca to be texting me all the time, but
you're so chill.
But al contrario, Blanca's pregnant right now, and I know how she was with Franco. She communicated that, so now I try not every day.
She like texts me like, "Hey, how are you doing? How's the pregnancy? How's Franco?" Like, yeah, I think it is, and it's just understanding because like I can tell you that this is how I feel, but if you don't understand it, then what's the point? You know. So I feel like you guys have just been that for us. Like you understand, you communicate, and if we don't talk for 3 months, like it's literally fine because nothing's wrong, you know. So,
but cheers to 4 years of friendship, guys. It feels like so long, or 4 years is a long time, but I want to say we're not even like halfway to like, because one day our kids will grow up, your kids, you guys will have kids, they'll grow up, and then I feel like it's gonna be like The Hangover or like those movies where like the actors meet after a lot of years. We're gonna be on Clearwater Beach again.
Let's go.
Or in some weird.
Imagine.
But we're gonna be this time. We're gonna be 55 or 60. Our kids are gonna have their jobs and like, hey, where'd you leave Franco? Oh, well, he's a real estate agent now or something like that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then we're gonna get blacked out again.
Yeah.
After living this
and we're
life.
not gonna be able to recover.
You know?
Yeah.
And then the recovery is gonna almost kill us. You know, we're gonna have to get IVs and shit. But like,
Salud.
but it's gonna be back. Like we have this phase of like kids. I don't know, taxes, houses, boring stuff. And then we're going to be back again, like that retired phase. And then boom, again, you know, like part two, you know, round 2 or whatever.
That's crazy.
We're going to have to make a podcast when we're 60.
Imagine.
And recap whatever.
Hopefully everyone's still here tuning in.
Imagine.
Even if they're not.
I hope I'm still an influencer when I'm 60. I'm going to still be posting Instagram stories. Or whatever's next, because you never know. There's so many things coming. But yeah, guys, we are so thankful to have them on the podcast and to have them as friends for 4 years. And, you know, we're just very thankful for you guys, for everything you've ever done for us. So thank you.
No,
thank you.
guys too.
And here's to another good year.
Let's go. And let me say my part because nobody asked me, right?
Oh.
No, I feel like
these are your comments on the podcast though. It's like no one ever asked Mando.
No, I feel like our friendship has been so like transparent. Like there's nothing we hide. There's nothing that I've ever been like, hey, Jonathan kind of did me dirty, or it's never been that, and it's super transparent, and that's why it works because we know each other and we on the same. Was it currency or not?
Frequency.
Currency también, well, even then, like I feel like we can ask each other whatever. Like we're so comfortable in that sense. So.
Yeah. But I think that was my part. That's it. You close out.
You know, Mando had.
I'm so sorry. We forget to
close out.
No, yeah, my bad, Mando. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Yet another week. We love you. Drive safe to work or to school, and we'll see you next week.